more, visit tcm.com/festival.
Welcome back to TCM. I'm Alicia Malone. I hope you enjoyed your time with Betty, Joan and Mario. Now we have more creepy cinema for you, playing two films featuring strange occurrences. And we're starting with a 1982 horror movie that terrified me as a kid. It's Poltergeist. This was directed by Tobe Hooper, who at this stage was best known for directing the independently made horror classic The Texas Chainsaw Massacre from 1974. Poltergeist was a different beast altogether. It had a bigger budget, child actors, and supernatural special effects. And when you add in the film's suburban setting and the underlying focus on the importance of family, this film seemed better suited to its producer, Steven Spielberg. And over the years, there's been much speculation over who had more of an influence on Poltergeist, but there's no doubt that both Hooper and Spielberg contributed to the massive worldwide success this horror film has enjoyed. And Spielberg did have a hand in writing the script alongside Michael Grace and Mark Victor. Their story centers on the Freeling family, who have moved to a new housing development where the father, played by Craig T. Nelson, works selling future houses. But soon, strange happenings begin to occur. Chairs move on their own accord, violent storms center over the house, and the youngest daughter, Carol Ann, begins to talk to the television people. Drew Barrymore had auditioned for the role of Carol Ann, and though her audition was reportedly impressive, Spielberg cast Heather O'Rourke instead, keeping Barrymore in mind for his film E.T. the Extraterrestrial. Also in this cast is Jo Beth Williams as the mother and Zelda Rubinstein in a memorable performance as a medium. All right, they're here. Buckle up because here comes Poltergeist. Poltergeist became a huge hit when it was released in 1982, scaring my entire generation and ensuring that we never again fell asleep to a static TV screen. For director Tobe Hooper, this was the second horror film in his career to become a pop culture phenomenon, less than a decade since he made his mark with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And producer Steven Spielberg would follow this success and the success of Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and Raiders of the Lost Ark before it, with E.T. the Extraterrestrial, also released in 1982. Two sequels to this original Poltergeist then followed, released in 1986 and 1988, though sadly the third Poltergeist was dedicated to the memory of Heather O'Rourke, who played Carol Ann, who died at the age of 12 from an intestinal blockage. And another tragedy that befell this young cast was the death of Dominique Dunn, who played Dana Freeling, Carol Ann's big sister. She was murdered by her ex-boyfriend not long after Poltergeist was released. We have more creepy cinema coming up for you on TCM. Next, it's another horror film from the 1980s, also with a strange occurrence. This is a remake of a 1950s sci-fi horror movie about a slime-like substance that comes from a crashed meteorite and turns dangerous.
The turn